Hey traders, Nick here. We have a good video for you from our friend Cypher. He's going to run through the sectors and to see what opportunities there are this coming week, so stay tuned.
Cypher here from Simple Stocks, and today we're going to do a weekly sector review, look where we're at with each of these sectors, and see if there's any opportunities in an individual sector for the coming week, where to look for the ranges to trade potentially, and what are some targets. So we're going to start right off here with the XBI. You look at the XBI chart, obviously the 4-hour is extremely bearish. We are now continuing to make lower highs and lower lows. So right now, I think this is going to stop here between this range of 74.77 and 71.63. We could see here we're going sideways. I would think that another test of this gap might be possible. So this low right here was tested already. I think this area 72 would be very good support for a bounce. So if you're looking for an opportunity to maybe scalp it, I would say this area right here is a good area to scalp. I would think that there would be sellers up here in the 74.54 range. So what concerns me is this little break right here where the buyers lost momentum. And you typically see that in a range trade. So in this range trade, I think this 73.75 to 73.49 area will continue to be resistance. On a positive note, I think price is trying to get up to this level here, 75.50. I think that's where price is trying to get to. I think this is a good possibility that this is a bottom and we start to consolidate in this area. So look for opportunities to grab off this low, okay? So try and grab off this low for a quick scalp if it comes. If it does come up into this area, if it especially breaks 73.26, you could target this upper 74 area, okay? So look for that. So otherwise, it's just looking the bottom on the bigger picture. This is a 15-minute chart. So on the 4-hour, as you can see, we may just be getting a oversold bounce here off of this level here, okay? Because this drop was so great. So I would look for maybe a bounce on this one. XLB, this is the materials sector. I think we're going to see every 4-hour chart pretty much look the same. This was a kind of pretty good move here on the 4-hour, breaking up into this zone. Let's look at it on the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, yeah, you could see how they defended this gap the first time. You can see how they broke this 78.48 area here. So this is an area right here where it's saying that if we do bounce up into this area, we may get one more rejection off of the 79 area, 79.12 area. So we have to look for that. If we can get above 78.77. If we can get a close above 78.7, you could target this upper area, 79.44. Optimistically, we could see some type of bounce to this area and then potentially sideways and look to retest this area here down below. This would be an interesting area to get long, 77.74. Yeah, this one has potential to start to move itself back up into this 80 buck area, okay? But it's going to take some work. Okay, let's start Monday, 78.77. We could target the 79.40 area. And if we could continue to garner momentum, you could look to buy the dip off of higher lows on the 15-minute chart. Okay, again, if anyone has questions, please feel free after the video is done to post a comment in the comment section. I will get to them. We will get to them. As well as making sure that if you like the content that you're seeing, to subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on, as we will be posting a lot of content on this channel. The XLC the 4-hour here, the XLC, you could see here this line on the 4-hour, how they defended it 4 times. So this is obviously a very important area, 64.50. We're only a buck above. So we've been in a range trade here, right? We've been going sideways. So there's no bullish or bearish momentum, although we're probably below the 50% mark of this area. So this is an area here where, again, this is starting to turn a little bit. This kind of looks like the XLB chart, right? We had that pop and then that break of this breakout. So, you know, we're definitely looking at potential. What I like about this chart was this break above 66.43. It's telling me that they may want to go higher with this thing. An upper target would be, I don't see us getting past 67.10 easily. I think this will definitely be an area of rejection initially, right up into this area right here, okay? Support would be, if we're going to make a bullish move, would be this area here below at 64.61. But again, this is starting to go sideways and bottom here. There's a bottoming process, okay? So I think that's what's going on here. So just this is looking good. This is looking better than it was before, right? Because we're making this move right here. XLE energy trade. Let's go to the 4-hour on the energy trade. As you know, the energy trade has been very, very good. Everybody that's been trading on the upside of energy has been very happy. We continue to see a bullish trend here on the 4-hour chart, right? We keep making higher highs and higher lows. So this is the definition of an uptrend. To trade it this week, obviously this area here, 80, we're at 90, but 86 is definitely an area of support in case we have some type of, it's a volatile sector. So if we do get a pullback, it would be a slowdown of this breakout to get a pullback, reorganize, and potentially go higher again. I'm still bullish oil, but you know, nothing goes up in a straight line, okay? Nothing goes up. So you can see this is obviously a dip area here, 90 bucks. I look to potentially get long off the $89 area. What we want to see is, because we're in a bullish trend, if we break 91.12, if we can close a candle 15-minute over 91.12, we will most certainly retest 92.24. That's an area that you should be looking at. So I think that's what they may do. But if they don't do it, just stay, you know, just try and short the highs until we maybe go down a little bit lower. Roughly about 70% of the time, these lower highs are respected on trades, even on any time frame that you use. So if you want to attempt a long, you can put a stop below. I would put a stop below 89.50, probably around 89.20. But I would be looking to get long still on energy rather than shorting it. I would still continue to look for an opportunity to the upside, okay? But overall, you know, it's very, very bullish. XLF, now this is a good sector to review because this sector has been very, very volatile. Right now, believe it or not, there's a lot of support over in this $33 area. This is an area I would like to look at. Even right here, 32.95, you can see the low here on the 4-hour. This is a very, very, very interesting area to go long. So let's take a look at the 15-minute, what's going on. So you see how different this sector looks than the materials and the communication sector, right? You can see how we're still making lower highs and lower lows on the 15-minute. We did have, on the other sectors, we did have some positive momentum where we stuck our necks out above the most recent lower high. I would look, if you want to go for a trade here to the upside, I would say we're limited to 33.60. This area, I think this may want to continue to drift lower. But if we can get a bid over 33.30, we could possibly target higher, and they could possibly try to create some side liquidity here, right here, right? They may start to try to develop some short traps along this trend line. But I would say that this area is capped on the upside, unless there's obviously some significant news Rates are very high. That's a different opinion on that. There's other people that are gurus on that, but I'll just look at the charts. I'll just trade the charts. This was pretty bearish here, so I'm definitely convinced that there would be sellers up here, but I'd like to see this 33 area hold. I think this could be a good area where we could start to see it round down a little bit. Okay, so I'm bearish, right? 4 hour, I'm still bearish on the XLF, but I do see an opportunity to play the upside if we can get above 33.25 all the way up, maybe get $1.20, and it's a very liquid area. I mean, this the banks are very liquid, so they're easily liquid to trade with the options market. Here is the XLI. Let's go to the 4 hour. These are the industrials. I know they've been getting hit pretty hard. We're in a downtrend, obviously, on the 4 hour. Overall, we did have a breakout. This area here is a breakout area. This zone right here, I consider to be a very, very strong area where, people see that, right? They see this was a breakout area. Unless the market collapses and the VIX totally explodes, which we can't really count on. I would say that there will be dip buyers in the XLI. That's just basically looking at the chart. So you can see every level here there was a bounce. Here's another level we're getting to bounce. So I would look for 100. Let's round it off to $100. $100 to be support. If we lose the $100, we could come down between 97 and 98. Then I would really see this as a strong zone to get active and look for a counter reversal trade. This is somewhat bullish here, this reversal here. There are sellers right here at 102.82. So this area right here is where I would be. If we do get a pop, I would take some off right here at 102.82 for this would be a target for me, 102.91. They're trying to still here make higher lows and higher highs off of this move right here. Okay, I would say a dip into this 101 area, and if we could break above 101.50, even better, 101.70, I think we could start targeting this upper end of the range. Okay, upper end of the range. So we do have a trade here, but you can see we're just starting to bottom here, right? We're starting to bottom here on the 15-minute. Where this trade really gets interesting is if we get over 103. There will be sellers at 103. It's pretty sure there'll be sellers at 103. And as you could see, when they ran this level here, they took out all these stops here. So there's really no more stops here for them to use. So I would imagine that they would build up some positioning in this area and then look to go higher. XLK, the technology sector. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour on this one. Obviously, this one is not looking good. We broke this support here. We had a double bottom support here at 163. We tested it back in August, middle of August, and now we lost it this week, and that's probably why we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. So this is still bullish above 155. We're at 164, so obviously talking about 155 doesn't make sense unless we get a market collapse. But let's see what's going on in the 15-minute, because we are in a deep downtrend. Okay, we took back this level 163, so this area obviously is an area of interest for us at 163.10. Let's look at the 15-minute and let's see what's going on. Okay, so you see this is not, you see what they did here? You see this level here? They ran the stops, couldn't close the candle, right? So these were buy orders for all these shorts. So basically sellers bought up the market to push it up, price up here, and then they had sell orders here to drop it. So that's pretty nasty. So this one is still bearish below 166. Okay, 160. The good news for the good news is that there should be nothing left here for them to target. So that might actually be bad news because all of this liquidity got swept. I would say if we could stay above 163, 163, there's our red line. That would be pivotal. If we lose 162.90, then for sure this move, there'll be more consolidation as the buyers will be a little bit concerned, right? They'll be a little bit concerned that this is not a real move, right? This was not a real move. If we break above 165, we could retest these highs, and then I would take that for a quick trade, maybe to 165.70 at best, okay? So that's something that we're going to have to look at, okay? So again, this is this is starting to try to bottom, okay, but not as bullish yet, okay? Let's see if we can hold 163, this red line. See if we can get above 164, 165, and maybe make a run and try and get out. 100%, this area, if we're lucky enough to make profits on this, 169 is definitely resistance. There will definitely be resistance here at 169 if we get there this week. XLP, these are staples, consumer staples. You keep hearing in the news, the consumer. Try not to pay attention, just follow the chart. This is pretty darn bearish, right? I mean, this is one of the worst ones we've seen. But we are coming into a support level here. Okay, we are coming into this area here. 68, 67.70 should be an area of support. Right down here should be an area of support. So let's see, let's go down to the 15-minute and see if we can find any information as we're approaching this level. And yeah, you can see how bearish it is. See how they got to here, 69.50, sold. They had no interest of going higher. This is an interesting move where maybe we can get back up to 69.12. The move would have to be over, let's just call it 70 bucks. Let's say we're in this range right now, from 70 bucks down to this low, right? Let's say we're in that area. That's kind of where we're trying to look to see a base a little bit. So let's see if we could continue to make, even if we hit 69, let's see if we can consolidate and just maintain 68.65. But there's work to be done here. This one here I would stay away from unless we get a trigger alert above 70. Okay, if we get above 70 and you see a fast trade, try and close your position around 70.5. There should be resistance at 70.5. Okay, so you know where the low is. This is potentially the low down here. Okay, so just keep an eye. That's 67.60. The real estate, now you would think that this would get hit hard because of the interest rates, but I'll look at the charts. I'll look at the charts and see what the charts are telling us. So this low right here sticks out to me right here at 33. Let's go left. I mean right. Let's go right, left. Obviously, we do have, let's see what we have here. Yeah, we do have a potential reversal here. This is a potential harmonic pattern. So let's see where it's targeting. It might be targeting, back up. It might be targeting back up. Let's look at the 15-minute here. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay, you see this resistance right here, right? And it's interesting. You see how they didn't tap this these shorts here? You see, remember the other one, the wick was above when we look left, and then it pushed down. Look how the wick is up to this level. So that means the shorts got even more aggressive in this area. So that means there's a lot of buyers, buy-side liquidity up here being short stops. Shorts, that sounds like baseball. Stops on shorts, which are buy orders, right? So if you buy and then they run your stop, you limit sell order, they're running your sells. So here, shorts would be running stops, which can give them good volume, good buy volume to push higher. 35, good round number, is going to be resistance, 35. But this one here is quite interesting because of, like I told you, whenever you see this, you have to get curious, okay? You have to get curious. Let me just see something real quick here. Now remember, I'm going through these, right? So there was no. Yeah, there might be an opportunity here. There might be an opportunity. I'd be, and this is interesting here. So any strength 3440, okay, they may, try to build some volume, and then push out towards 35. I like this 15-minute chart here. I do. I'd look to get active anywhere in this area from 33 to try a breakout up towards 35. That's the XLRE. This one I like a little bit more than any of them. XLU, utility sector, very dull sector, right? It's considered what? A safety. Let's go to a 4-hour here and let's see what we got. So this level here is 60 bucks. Ooh, we broke it. We broke that level. Let me go to the weekly so I can see a little bit better what's going on. That must have been COVID. Yeah, that was 2020 COVID. Okay, so you can see this level here is a big support level, 58. So this may bounce as well. This is a big support level here, 58 right here, 58.24. Let's go back to the 4-hour because we're nosediving, right? You could obviously, this is the worst of the worst so far out of all the sectors that we've seen. Oh, let me see something. I did something. I gotta fix it. Sorry for this delay in action. Okay, all right. Now we'll see it on the 4-hour. I have to fix that for the next time so it doesn't happen again. There is. Let's see something here on the 4-hour. Yeah, we might have a potential. Let's see, bounce here. Yeah, we're in a definite bounce zone. This is a harmonic pattern, a deep crab pattern. Yeah, you know what? There's no sign on the shorter term, the 15-minute, but you kind of see this thing bouncing here. Yeah, this was a good spike here. If we can get over, I like this as a low, 58. I like this as a low, and the high is 60. I don't think we'll go past 60. But if you can get a little bit nibble, a little bit long down in this area, 58.60, down to 58.35, 58.40, this red line, I would look to, possibly target 60 bucks. It may take a while, because it doesn't move fast, but this is an aggressive sell. So I look for a reversal here. This break here above 59.40 is the reason why I'm curious, because that's showing a buyer rejection of these lows. So target 60 bucks. I'd look to get active in the $58 area, or even now, and just try and put a stop loss here and try to trade it up. But this is looking like it's not bullish, it's bearish, obviously, but it's looking to try to bounce here. It's looking to try to bounce. XLV, healthcare. I tell you, every time I look up, I see the healthcare stocks. They're always down. But let's remove the emotion out of it, and let's identify this area of 127 as a strong support level. Okay, this area right here is a strong support level. We did break out here of this range from this zone, so we have to take that into consideration. We have to respect that, and chart and technical analysis people like myself will look at this area and will say, well, hold on, there needs to be a reaction in this area. So obviously you don't need me to tell you that this is bearish on this move down. I don't want to get too far away, but let's look at what we got going on here at this level, 126 to round it off, and then probably I'll get you closer. I'll give you this candle here, 131. Let's look at the 15-minute. Obviously, you can see this one is still continuing to be bearish. You see how they sold this pop right here at 132.52? I think actually this is the more critical. So at best, we would be in this trading zone from 132.50 down to here, 126 area here. So obviously, I wouldn't take a trade here. This was actually bearish again. This one looks weak. I would short anything up until 129.70 with a stop above 130.40. try to target this low again, 128. But this one is pretty bearish, obviously, right? But it's coming into an area of where we may want to consider a scalp long. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this XLV as it continues to bottom. Okay. XLY, this is consumer discretionary. So obviously, you know, the consumer, we hear it all the time. I won't get into that, but it looks like it's trying to bounce here, back up into this zone. You could see that we do have lows here still. So I would still think that this low is in play at 150. Let's go to the 15-minute and see what's going on. Okay, so even though we did break here, we ran into sellers here at 163 right here. That made sense. I could see why but they missed the area. They missed it by a little bit. There is a breakout here. This looks a lot like the XLU chart. No, not the XLU. XLRE. Look at this chart. You see this? I just noticed. And then look at the XLY. It almost looks identical, right? I didn't plan this either. I just looking with my eye. You see how you got to use your eyes? That's what we do here at Simple Stocks, unlike anybody else. We trade targets. We trade levels, right? They do matter. So you can see here, I just went, just from here, because I pay attention, I went to real estate, and look at that. You almost see the same exact thing. So I think I have the same outlook here. I would look for 159.50 to hold, okay? And then potentially, if we can get over 162, I think there's a chance that we could break out. We could break out above this level, back into the gap. So let's see what happens mostly at 159.50. If we lose 159.50, I would definitely look to be getting long at 157.70. That would be a real nice area to get long, potentially with a stop below the low, the previous week low, which was 156.70, and your target would still be 163. I think they missed this zone, so I think they're coming back, right? They're building up some. They're going to come back, and they may make a run at this thing. Okay. They may make a run at this. But if we do hit 163, I would trade this. I would trade into 163 and then get out because the chart is still weak, regardless of this short-term, a little bit more bullishness. There still is sellers here at 163. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's it for the sector review for this Sunday. Well, hopefully it's going to be a positive week for your accounts.